All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Thursday, November 8, 2018. Post-election, big bounce here. I think more than anything, the market's happy to have the election over. Breakout over the 200-day moving average. Remember, throughout this downtrend, we talked about taking out resistance levels, and each time we do that, we get more and more, I wouldn't say bullish, but at least not quite as bearish. So we've gone from being very bearish, and we had some nice shorts here, to taking them off and adding one long, which actually hasn't done that great, Lulu, but we're still in it and haven't gotten stopped out. Cleared that first resistance level. Now cleared the second resistance level. Now that doesn't mean we're out of the woods. As we could see in this last bounce here, it did pull back and retest the lows and then ran. So we have to be a little cautious here. I did add 2 positions yesterday. I told you guys, as we clear levels, I add positions. There's still feelers. If we lose 2 or 3, and this thing ends up failing, it's no big deal. We're still up big through this period and on the year. So that's okay, but I always like to take feelers here. And then if we break this level, that's where we would really start to jump in. So SPY looking good. Qs, same thing, over its 200-day moving average and ready to test the 50-day. And all the indexes are down a little bit this morning, but still set to open over halfway, down on the upper part of the bar from yesterday. So that's good. IWM as well. Now hasn't cleared the 200-day moving average, but overall pattern is the same. All of the indexes were around 2%. IWM 1.79. One thing to point out is if you just narrow your focus and just play the index ETFs, you can see here the Qs, TQQQ, was up 9% yesterday, which is going to beat just about any stock. You can see out of the 100 here, only 5 of them were better than that, and everything else was below it. So you really don't get a huge edge by trading stocks. You can just trade these ETFs. SPXL was up 6%, TNA was up 5%, and the Qs were up the biggest. So if you want, just play the index ETFs. But we do have a lot of stocks that are looking really good right now. This was a broad-based yesterday, which is nice. Lots of stuff participating, which is good to see. So some of the other areas here, home builders, XHB, up 0.62%. Not a huge move in terms of the percentage compared to the other things, but I do like this bottom. I still like the bottoming formation there. Semiconductors, big bounce yesterday, up 1.2%, and overall the pattern's looking pretty good. IBB up 2.33% here as well. You could trade LABU. Our entries yesterday were pacey. Let's look at IGV real quick. Software was up 3.8%, so crushing the market. We know Twilio broke out. AYC was very strong, up almost 2%, and AYX was up 10%, and then looks like it's set to really break out this morning. Twilio was up over 30%. A lot of strong software stocks. We entered PayC. Overall, the pattern is lagging a little bit, but was up 4%. And I like that it's not too extended, and it did break the 9 yesterday. So we've got room here to 140, which would be just under the 50-day. And we could, depending on how price action is, we could even play a break of that level. And we've got the stop under the range down here. And then also Netflix has been the strongest of the FANG stocks, up 5%. And we like it. One reason we like it, it's had really good news here with the earnings, and it's coming back now. So a little tough that we have to break through these moving averages. But if the market is showing strength, it should be able to do that. Entry was at 325.35. Stop again under the range here. And then using a tight stop, don't want to take a big loss. And the position size wasn't that big either. Software stocks, we have IGV for the focus list. Coop was very strong yesterday, up 11%. Watch for a break of the 50-day moving average. Cyber, same thing. Watch for a break of the moving average. Team looking very strong, up 7%. I think it could be entered where it is now. Okta getting right up to the 50-day moving average. We talked about AYX already. FANG stocks, the only three I'd trade right now is Apple. And we could have entered Apple yesterday. I talked about filling the gap here. I decided to go with Netflix, but I do like Apple, and then Amazon. If the market rebounds, Amazon should go right back on trend. So those are the three: Netflix, Amazon, and Apple. ILMN breaking the 50-day moving average. ISRG doing the exact same thing. WIN has been beaten down and looks like it might be bottoming now. First time really kind of breaking through that 9 and showing strength in a while. China stocks, BABA, watch for a break of the 50 or 200. Baidu, almost the same pattern. And Sina is stronger than those two. Already has broke its 50-day moving average. Orly Auto Parts or specialty retail has been strong, and Twitter looks like it's an entry right where it is after an earnings breakout. So lots of strong stocks. If you want to narrow it down, just go with the indexes. We're watching to see if the resistance levels and now turn into support hold. And as long as they do that, we are slightly